from NRG Stadium in Houston. And right off the bat, Mills looking to throw it. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return is Cohen. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
The tackle made by L.J. Ford. Now, the Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And, in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They go play action with Hurts. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal.
Completing this one quickly.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
A.J. Brown,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 38, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
Philadelphia lost Brandon Graham to an Achilles injury just 2 games into the 2021 season. He had 8 sacks in each of the 2 seasons prior, making the 2020 Pro Bowl.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and, yes, I'm using my fingers to count, if you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Here comes Cohen. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
They'll roll him out right.
Airing it out deep for Smith.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. On 1st down, Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Cannon now elects to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw is Mills. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hurts.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Hurts fumbles it.
And the Texans scoop it. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1, because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
98 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
40 seconds to Mike. 40 seconds to Mike.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, they got him again. Bradley Chubb, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Dorsett on the return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, here's Mills. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 60 yards.
And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They run once more with Taylor.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
114 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. In motion right is Brown. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Houston. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To the right side, this is Taylor. They find some open field here. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 14-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. He will push his way down to about the 14. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
This is caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. Mills to throw it. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Oh, he fakes a spike.
Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now Mills.
That's complete to his running back, Burkhead.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. From the gun, a run with Cannon.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They go again with Cannon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's the backup, Mariota. That's complete to the tight end, Akins.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. 18 ready. 43's the mic. 60 Bison. 60.
Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Now Mills. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Offense set to begin their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. In motion left is Watkins. After the sack on first down, Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's complete to Brown. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is fourth down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Well, this is Smith with a grab.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Mills back to throw. Complete to Akins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Mills looking to throw it.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A little juke. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a 2-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter, everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 23. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
So it's the Eagles who get the win here. And the guy who really led the way was their quarterback, CD, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he really had a great night throwing the football. 3 touchdown passes. He was totally locked in. He was precise and really willed his guys to the victory.
So for the Eagles,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
meanwhile for Houston, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.